Today, we're going to dive into what might be one of the most magical and, frankly, one of the most important periods in a person's life, the years between 3 and 6. And this isn't just about kids getting bigger, right? This is when the actual foundation of who they're going to become, emotionally, socially, intellectually, is being built, brick by brick.
It's a question that every parent probably asks themselves at some point. With all the different milestones and phases, which period really shapes their future the most? Is it the baby years? The teen years?
Well, it turns out the science really zeroes in on the years between 3 and 6. This is the sweet spot. It's when the fundamental blueprints for their emotional, social, and cognitive selves are drawn up. And what happens in this short little window, it truly sets the stage for a lifetime.
So how does this incredible journey unfold? Let's break it down year by year, using this timeline as our map. We're going to start with that powerful discovery of I am me, then we'll watch as their imagination just explodes. And finally, we'll see how they start getting ready for the bigger world of school and everything that comes next.
And that's really the whole point of this. This isn't about finding some perfect formula for parenting. It's about getting a new perspective. Because when you can really see the world through their eyes, you naturally shift from, being a manager of their behavior to being a patient, empathetic guide on their journey.
All right, first up, the absolutely incredible world of the 3 to 4-year-old. This is when a child's brain has this huge light bulb moment. I am my own person. Now, for them, this is an absolutely thrilling discovery, but it can also unleash some, let's just say, some pretty intense emotions as they try to figure out what that new identity even means. And what's so cool here is how you see this direct link between what's happening inside their head and how we can respond. That classic I do it myself, that's not just them being defiant, it's their new sense of self screaming to be heard. So letting them try, even if it's messy, is like saying, I see you. And when those huge feelings erupt, just naming it, wow, you are feeling so frustrated right now. It doesn't just calm the storm, it actually gives them the tools to figure it out themselves next time. It is a total game changer.
Okay, so building on that newfound sense of self, we now enter the 4 to 5-year-old stage. And this is where they get a brand new, powerful tool, a totally boundless imagination. This is the age of amazing stories, endless curiosity, and their first real steps into a bigger social world.
That constant why, but why? Believe me, it's not to test your patience. It's their brain literally building a map of the world, one question at a time. And their imaginary play, where a cardboard box is suddenly a spaceship, that's not just fluff. That's their brain running these complex simulations, figuring out social roles and rules. So our job is just to lean into it, encourage it, and always remember to praise the effort. I love how hard you worked on that drawing, not just the final product.
And that brings us to the final stage in this foundational window, the 5 to 6-year-old. Their brains are now totally primed for more structured learning. They're basically standing on the doorstep of new academic challenges. And with that comes a much more complex social and emotional world to figure out. A really big shift happens at this age. They start looking around and comparing themselves to other kids for the first time. And this can be a huge source of insecurity. That's why our words are so critical here. We have to be so careful to avoid those accidental comparisons. Instead, we can build their real self-worth by focusing on their unique contributions. Giving them a small, real responsibility, like being in charge of watering a plant, shows them that they're capable and important just as they are.
So, when you step back and look at all these stages together, what's the one big secret that ties it all together? Well, it all comes down to a simple but really profound shift in our mindset. It's not about trying to manage or control their development. It's something else entirely.
And here it is. Every single child has their own pace. That's it. It's really that simple. Trying to rush them or push them to hit milestones faster, it doesn't actually work. All it does is trade their natural, confident curiosity for insecurity and anxiety.
This slide really just captures the heart of it all. To accompany them means being present, offering those safe, predictable boundaries, and then, and this is the hard part, stepping back just enough to let them explore, try, and even fail on their own. That's how real confidence is built. It's not about control. It's all about connection.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. Maybe today, it's just putting your phone down and really listening to the answer to their next why. Or maybe it's just patiently waiting as they try to button their own coat, no matter how long it takes. What's one small thing you can do today to truly accompany your child on their incredible journey?